Alright, you guys, I have just a couple things to show off here also. This is an ornament that I got from a friend. We all decided to kind of do, there's wax on it because I tried to mold it. We all decided to do like a gift ornament exchange. And this is the one that I got, which I love. So, thank you for this. Hopefully we can get it together next year and do it again. And then also, I just found this picture the other day when I was at the store. But I think it's really cool, so I'm gonna hang it on my wall. Alright, so this is Raven, in case you haven't seen her. She is currently in heat, so that is fun. Aren't ya? And no, she isn't named after Mountain Raven. When I brought her home, I told my son that he should name her. And so he named her after Harry Potter. Her name is Ravenclaw, but I'll just call her Raven. Are you showing off? When I brought her here, she was kind of little. I don't think she's very much, well, I almost said older, but I think she's actually younger than Rebel is. But she's like twice the size. I don't know. Rebel never really grew. Rebel is still really tiny. Alright, that's enough. That's enough love, right? You got to meet the peoples. Yeah, I already got in trouble once for admitting to having another cat and not sharing, so now we have. Alright, you guys, so today I am going to set up one of the bath ornaments that I made, which is not painted. So it's not as pretty as the real one, but that's okay. We're just gonna have a little chat. So today I've decided to talk about Caden, actually. And before I really tell this story, I should say that Caden loved school. He loved preschool, and he loved kindergarten. He had to go to preschool twice, because either way, they would not let him into kindergarten, now I remember, because he did not know how to spell his name, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous, because to me, that is what you learn in kindergarten, you know? But apparently it's what he was supposed to learn in preschool, and they didn't teach him. I don't know, every school is different, but even in kindergarten, I just remember playing a lot, like back in my day. Like, I don't think I really started learning a lot till probably first grade, but I know things are different now. So apparently before you ever enter kindergarten, you're supposed to already be kind of smart. And so then when he had to do that first year, it got kind of bad to where he started throwing fits, not wanting to go. Almost have to fight him, you know, to get him out the door, and it was terrible. Coming from somebody who's never thrown temper tantrums. But I just hope he would grow out of it. And he's 10 now. I will say he stopped throwing temper tantrums over the last couple of years, but he still cried. He still begged me not to send him, which was sad for me. Because the last, like, I'm too nice. I have a soft heart. If my kids are crying, I give in every time. I can't even punish the kid because he'll crack a joke and make me laugh while I'm trying to be stern, you know, and it just doesn't work. But yeah, so he went through many years of just crying every morning and making us both sad. And then for some reason over the last 2 years, again, me still hoping he would grow out of it. Like, you can't cry forever. You gotta grow up. Over the last 2 years, the crying did stop, and he has exited the house every morning on his own just fine, for the most part. He still has his days where he begs to stay home, but Over the last 2 years, it's gotten to where now he just, about 7 p.m. at night, he starts realizing it's almost time for bed. And the closer it gets to bedtime, the more agitated he becomes and worrying about school and not being able to sleep. Like, it's got to the point he even worries about not being able to sleep. Like, I need to go to bed, but I can't, and and that's heartbreaking too. All I know is if at 7 p.m. every night, stress and anxiety kick in, you're never going to get to sleep, and I don't know, this child is just worrying himself to death. I'm going to pour the rest of this in. I had some extra bath bomb mix from the same balm, and then I have one of the moisture shots from the Shimmer Shot pack. So I'm going to put that in here too while I keep talking, because I know I'm talking too much. I just wasn't sure if maybe anybody else ever experienced this. I mean, I doubt it. Obviously, we all have kids who hate school and don't want to go, but this is quite extreme, I think. I gotta play with the foam, I'm sorry. But yeah, so he gets agitated and worried around 7 p.m. and then, by midnight, sometimes he's still up. At this point in tears because I don't know. So now he just cries at night, which is even worse because he thinks too much and it's not healthy. I feel like my kid's gonna get ulcers or something. And the one thing that has been the same through all of these years is him begging me to homeschool him. And, in my hopes that he'll just grow out of it, I've always kind of ignored it. I have done my research on it multiple times because in the back of my head I always knew it was the best, but I was too scared. And I don't mean like I'm incapable of teaching him or it's going to cost too much. I just mean the general act of pulling your child out of school. Is the school district going to fight it? Are they going to be assholes? Like, I don't like confrontation. And then as a parent, also you're giving up kind of some of your peaceful hours during the day. I hate to say it, but that doesn't bother me either. Me and Kaden are together all the time, so that's not really an issue. I love it when he's here, but I don't know what to think, you guys. I have asked him multiple times, why it's such a big deal. And before anybody gets on the bullying kick and stuff, remember this has been an issue through 2 different schools from the 1st grade until now. So over a 4 to 5 year period. So people that he's around have changed, teachers have changed, but it's consecutive anyway and getting worse. So while he does say that the kids at school hurt him a lot, break his stuff. I know every time I've bought him a new pack of pencils, they're gone in a day because people grab them off his desk and break them. This morning he told me, mostly they call him a show-off, because he's constantly getting like the Student of the Month award or just awards in his classroom. And because he's so polite and well-behaved, and apparently he gets a lot of crap for that too. I don't know. So I have decided to just suck it up myself and be brave. I gotta be brave because I know it's best for my kid to just try to do this homeschool thing. And for the record, it is also best for my other kid, Seth, who is 11. Seth doesn't have a problem with school. He's just bored as hell. He is in the 5th grade right now, but he functions at around a 10th grade level, which is very boring for him to be in his class, And sometimes, being a young child, he makes comments like they're dumb or whatever, and I tried to tell him, no, your classmates are not dumb. They're exactly where they're supposed to be. The problem is you were just kind of ahead of them. So, things that he already knows or catches on to in 2 seconds, they're kind of confused on, which is normal. So it would definitely benefit him also to just come home because, he could go at his own pace and probably get the work done a lot faster and not be stuck in the school system until, 18 or 19 when you graduate. You can actually complete it sooner if you were able to pass. So this made some really pink water. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I just felt like it, and I'm curious, has anybody else experienced anything like your kid acquiring what I'm referring to as like extreme social anxiety? Because I don't know what else it is. Like I don't know what's happening with Caden. I don't know why he worries himself so much at night. All I do know is I'm not willing to let it continue more than the 4 or 5 years I already have. And some of the things he says makes me laugh. Like all year he's been telling me that school is just a waste of his time. Basically, he doesn't understand why if his work is done, he has to sit there and wait for everybody else to get done. They take forever. So kind of still the same situation as Seth, where they're just getting it done too fast and they don't want to sit around and wait for everybody else to figure it out. And not having any friends really upsets him. So at least when he's home with me, he's happy. The other thing he said just yesterday was that he has been in school now for half his life, which is true. He just turned 10, and he doesn't understand why. It should be his choice. It's his life. And I don't know. It just made me laugh. Kids say some funny things sometimes. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Would you be able to homeschool your own kids? And I know some of the people I have talked to were homeschooled themselves, and obviously we're all fine. I'm not really worried about whether it's good for him or not, because I know it will be. I'm just, change is scary to me, that's all. It's more dealing with the school or dealing with the state or these tests to get their diploma or whatever, that kind of make me leery.